Welcome to Living English. Today, we'll be looking a bit more at greetings and introductions, and at relative pronouns. In our last episode of Sisters and Brothers, Anne finally found her brother living with a woman called Rose. Today, Anne goes into their house and meets someone else she knew nothing about.
David hasn't told me very much about his family.
I'm so sorry. And I feel very bad about not contacting you.
I just can't believe it. I was looking for you, thinking that something terrible must have happened, and here you are playing house.
There's someone you should meet. This is our son, Sam. Sam, meet your Aunt Anne.
Oh, David, my little brother of father. Oh, he's beautiful. David, why didn't you tell me about Rose? Why didn't you tell me you were a father?
I think I'd like to know that too.
I would have come and helped you.
It's hard to explain.
I have some friends outside who helped me find you. I think you need to tell us all what happened.
I'll go and get them.
I'm an aunt. Sarah, Steve. This is my brother David and his partner Rose. And this is my nephew Sam.
He's gorgeous.
I know you. You...
Shop at your stall, yeah.
Green apples. He always wants green apples.
That's right. You have a good memory, David.
I think you'd better all sit down.
Well, that was unexpected. Imagine suddenly finding out that you have a nephew, that your brother or sister has a son. In our last episode, we looked at introductions. Let's refresh our memories.
Sarah, Steve. This is my brother David and his partner Rose. And this is my nephew Sam.
This time, Anne introduces two groups of people instead of just two people. Remember to name the people you are introducing and then tell them who the others are by saying, "This is." Listen again and then repeat it with the clip.
Sarah, Steve. This is my brother David and his partner Rose. Sarah, Steve.
Notice that Anne says what relation they are first and then their names. Pretend that you have a sister called Anne who has a husband called Mike. Introduce Anne and Mike to two people called Brenton and Michelle. Brenton, Michelle. Brenton, Michelle, this is my sister Anne and her husband Mike. We're going to talk some more about relatives later. But first, I'm going to tell you about some words called relative pronouns. Most of them start with a wh sound. Listen out for one in this clip.
I have some friends outside who helped me find you.
I have some friends outside who helped me find you. Who is the relative pronoun. We've talked about these words before on Living English. A relative pronoun is a word that's used instead of the noun being talked about. Who is used to refer to some friends. We use words such as who when we want to say something else about people, to say who they are. The people in our story are called the characters. Who is Anne? We could say that Anne is the character who has found her brother. You try some. First, here's an example. Sarah is Mark's wife. Sarah is the character who... Sarah is the character who is Mark's wife. Okay, let's start. Mark is Sarah's husband. Mark is the character... Mark is the character who is Sarah's husband. Sam is Anne's nephew. Sam is the character... Sam is the character who is Anne's nephew. David works at the market. David is the character... David is the character who works at the market. Listen once more to how Anne uses who.
I have some friends outside who helped me find you.
Usually we use who when we're talking about people, but which or that when we're talking about things. So we say, I have a car which is blue, or I have a car that is blue. If we're talking about time, we say when. This is the time when the bus arrives. And if we're talking about a place, we use where. This is the place where the accident happened. Now see if you can use the right wh word. I have a bicycle is red. I have a bicycle which is red. This is the shop. I buy apples. This is the shop where I buy apples. I drive home at 7. The traffic is not as bad. I drive home at 7 when the traffic is not as bad. Now let's look at the moment when Anne learns she has a nephew.
This is our son Sam. Sam, meet your Aunt Anne.
David, my little brother and father.
It's time to introduce Michelle. Everyone, this is my co-presenter, Michelle Crowden.
Hello, everyone.
What are we going to talk about today?
Relatives and relative pronouns. First, I have some questions for you, Brenton.
Okay.
If Anne is baby Sam's aunt, then Sam is Anne's what?
Sam is Anne's nephew.
What if Anne was the aunt of a girl? David's daughter would be Anne's what?
David's daughter would be Anne's niece.
Okay. If Anne had a child, what relation would it be to Sam?
It would be Sam's cousin.
Would it matter if it's a boy or a girl?
No, we say cousin for boys and girls. The children of brothers and sisters are cousins to each other.
All right. If Anne has a son, a boy, it would be David's nephew. David would be that child's what?
David would be that child's uncle. We call people who are cousins, aunts, uncles, nephews and nieces our extended family.
I'm going to ask the audience some questions about Sam's immediate family, the people he is most closely related to. Rose is Sam's mother. David is Sam's father. Sam doesn't have any brothers and sisters yet, so that's his immediate family.
Now for his extended family. Anne is Sam's aunt.
What about Anne and David's mother and father?
They're Sam's grandmother and grandfather.
Now for some questions from Anne.
David, why didn't you tell me about Rose? Why didn't you tell me you were a father?
You'll have to watch the next episode to find out the answers. Now listen to Anne say to her brother what he should do.
I think you need to tell us all what happened.
She used another of the words. Listen again.
I think you need to tell us all what happened.
You need to tell us all what happened.
What can be used in a sentence that's not a question. It means the things that. You need to tell us the things that happened.
She's talking about David going missing. I think he should tell us too.
We use the phrase, tell us what happened, a lot. It's a way of asking for the full story about something.
And we want to know the full story of why David went missing. Now I want to see if you can use what. I'm going to show you some sentences with a missing word. The missing word will be that or what. Let's start. I say, I mean. I say what I mean. This is the dog bit me. This is the dog that bit me. This book is just I needed. This book is just what I needed. You must work hard to get you want. You must work hard to get what you want. I like to drive cars are fast. I like to drive cars that are fast. Now let's have a look at one more clip.
I just can't believe it. I was looking for you, thinking that something terrible must have happened, and here you are playing house.
What does she mean, playing house?
Well, obviously she's angry. So she's saying that David is playing a game like a child.
She thought that something bad must have happened. What does she mean by must have?
We use must with have, must have, to mean a strong probability or what's most likely. If you're late for work, I might say he must have been held up in traffic.
We must have run out of time to do much more today.
Yes, we have. Enjoy another look at today's episode and join us next time when we hear what David has to tell us.
Bye.
Bye.
My little brother or father? Oh, he's beautiful. David, why didn't you tell me about Rose? Why didn't you tell me you were a father?
I think I'd like to know that too.
I would have come and helped you.
It's hard to explain.
I have some friends outside who helped me find you. I think you need to tell us all what happened.
I'll go and get them.
I'm an aunt. Sarah, Steve. This is my brother David and his partner Rose. And this is my nephew Sam.
He's gorgeous.
I know you. You...
Shop at your stall, yeah.
Green apples. He always wants green apples.
That's right. You have a good memory, David.
I think you'd better all sit down.